Hello student, you all welcome to this session. Today let us move towards the electronics paper 1, that is communication principle, last chapter, and that is what? Digital communication system. So let us see first the introduction to the digital communication system. In this video, I am going to explain you some basic points about the digital communication system. So let us start with the block diagram of digital communication system. So here we have the block diagram for digital communication system, which consists of different blocks. You know that basically communication system consists of transmitter, communication media, that is known as channel, and the receiver. The basic function of transmitter is to transmit the information. That information can be traveled through the communication media, and that is known as communication channel or media. Finally, the information receives at the receiver. So in case of digital communication, which blocks we have to use for the communication, that I am going to explain you initially. So in the transmitter, the input is known as a source. It is a source of input. That's why we written here the source. Here we have to use input transducer. Why? I am going to explain you later. Next block is source encoder, channel encoder. Next we have the digital modulator, that is what? D2A converter. Okay. So let us start with this explanation with the transmitter. Here we have the source, that is source of signal that we want to communicate from one place to another place. That information is applied to the first block, and the first block is input transducer. What do you mean by transducer? Transducer means it is transfers some non-electrical parameter to the electrical one. That means non-electrical signal to the electrical signal. In the same block we have A to D converter, that is what? Analog to digital converter. As we are studying digital communication system, here the signal which we want to transmit must be digital. So the input information which is in analog form can be converted into digital by using A to D converter, that is analog to digital converter. This digital information is applied to the source encoder. So source encoder is what? It encodes the information which we obtain from the source. Next you have the channel encoder. Channel means the place from where the information can be traveled. So it can be encoded by this block. Next you have digital modulator. You know that modulator means what? The modulator combines the original information, that is modulating signal, with the carrier, and the resultant signal is what? Modulated wave. So the modulator can do this. Now as we are studying again digital communication system, up to we have the digital information with us. Now by using a digital modulator, we are going to transmit the information through the communication medium. So according to the type of communication, the media may be wire or wireless. Okay. So that media can carry the signal which is available in analog form. So we are going to convert this digital information into analog by using D2A converter, which is in itself in digital modulator. So this modulated analog information can travel through this channel and arrives at the receiver. So let us see which blocks are included in the receiver. So the first block is digital demodulator and A to D converter, channel decoder, source decoder, and finally output transducer. So let us see one by one. So the first block is what? Digital demodulator. First block of receiver. As at the transmitter the signal is modulated, hence initially we have to demodulate that signal, hence we are using here digital demodulator. So what is the function of demodulator? It removes the carrier from the source, that is what? Information. Okay, hence demodulator removes the carrier or separates the carrier and information signal. Here the signal is converted into the analog form, hence receiver receives the signal that is also in analog form, but our next blocks understands only the digital signals as it is a digital communication system, hence here we have to use analog to digital converter. This is what channel decoder. Okay, it is exactly reverse process of channel encoder. This is source decoder, which is also exactly reverse to source encoder. Finally here we have the digital information which is applied to the last block, and that is what? Output transducer and D2A converter. The input is in the digital form, which is converted into analog form by using D2A converter. Now output transducer converts one form of signal into the another form, and here you have the output signal. So this is the basic elements or basic blocks of digital communication system with their working. So let us move towards the next concept, and that is what? Bit rate and baud rate. So what do you mean by bit rate? That I am going to explain you. Bit rate is nothing but transmission of signal per second. That means number of bits transmitted per second, that is known as bit rate. So bit rate is what? Bit rate means number of bits transmitted per second is known as bit rate. So here the above figure shows you the bit rate. See here, the bits, 3 bits are transmitted per second. This is a cycle. In 1 second these 3 bits are transmitted, hence it is known as 3n. Okay, here if you observe carefully in the below figure, here the 4 bits are transmitted per second. Okay, hence the bit rate is of 4n. What is n? N is a baud rate. Baud rate means number of levels transmitted per second is known as baud rate. Okay, now see here in bit rate 1 bit can be transmitted one by one. Okay, but in case of baud rate, number of levels, number of symbol transmitted per second. So here 3 symbols are transmitted, hence the rate is n. Again here 4 symbols are transmitted, hence baud rate remains n. Baud rate is n, hence the bit rate is of 3n. It is a 3 times of baud rate. Bit rate in this case, the bit rate is of 4 times of baud rate. Here 3 symbols are transmitted and here 4 symbols are transmitted for baud rate, and bit rate means number of bits transmitted per second. How many bits are transmitted per second, that is what? Baud bit rate. Let us move towards the next point, and that is what? Bandwidth. Bandwidth is what? It is nothing but the distance between minimum and maximum frequency. So I am going to explain you by referring this figure. Here you have one kind of signal. This is what? F1 is minimum frequency and F2 is maximum frequency. So bandwidth is nothing but the difference between this maximum frequency and minimum frequency. This is known as bandwidth. Okay, let us move towards the next topic, and that is what? Parallel and serial communication. So here you have the figure. Okay, so this figure shows you the parallel communication and it shows the serial communication. Basically it is a communication between two computers. Here you have computer 1, computer 2, computer 1, computer 2. It belongs to digital communications. So I'm going to explain you serial communication initially. Okay, this arrow line shows you the suppose transmission media. Here the bits can be transmitted one by one, first bit, then second, then third, up to the nth bit. Okay, so the bits can transmitted one by one. So the transmission of bits one by one is known as serial communication. But in case of parallel communication, the bits can be transmitted at a time. You just observe carefully. So see here, in parallel communication, 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4 bits are transmitted at a time. Hence it is known as parallel communication. Okay, get it this? Again I am going to summarize this. Parallel communication means data transmission sends multiple data bits at the same time over a multiple channel. At the same time, by using multiple channel, the data can be transmitted. But in case of serial communication, data transmission sends data bits one after another over a single communication channel. Here we use a single communication channel, but here we have to use multiple communication channel. This is parallel and serial communication. So let us move towards the concept of sampling and sampling theorem. So you know that analog signals are real signals, but digital signals are imaginary. They are not present. We have to obtain that digital signal from the analog one. Okay, how to obtain? That is known as sampling. So here you have this analog input signal. This is what sampling pulse or pulse trend signal. This signal is used to sample this. Sample means, suppose this is knife and we are going to cut this signal in a small parts. Okay, so these are the different knives, for example, and these knives are going to cut this signal. Okay, and the single cutted signal is known as a sample. So that is shown in this figure. Here you have get this sample by using this sample pulse, sampling pulse. So this pulse is used to sample this, and the sample can be takes place like this. Okay, here you have see this analog signal in dotted form. That means the analog signal is cutted with this sample pulse and you obtain the sample output signal. This is known as sampling theorem. Sampling theorem is also known as Nyquist or Shannon theorem, and it can be stated like this. Band limited signal can be reconstructed exactly if it is sampled at least at a rate twice the maximum frequency component unit. Okay, so this is what sampling theorem. So these are the credits. That means I use these links for the preparation of this video. So thankful to all, and thank you very much.